Hey everyone, thanks for joining me for today's beginner standing flow on the Pilates Tower. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thank you. You'll need long purple springs attached to each side of the top of your tower with foot loops attached to the purple spring, as well as your wooden dowel attached to two short yellows in the top center of your tower. With your hands wide on the wooden dowel, stand back a couple feet from the tower. Feet are in parallel stance, and you're going to press the bar down towards your lap with straight arms. Inhaling in one direction, exhaling in the other. Grounding through your feet and lengthening the spine up and out of your pelvis. Head is high. Warming up the shoulder girdle, pull from your lat muscles underneath the armpits. Inhaling and exhaling, keep your navel to spine to prevent your back from moving. Step back slightly, palms face up on the wooden dowel, feet are wide apart for squats. Sit back as you bend the arms, stand tall as you straighten your arms. Bicep curl and squat, lengthen arms and legs. Inhaling in one direction, exhaling in the other. Remember to keep your spine tall and straight even when you bend the knees. One more repetition and lengthen tall. Turn your palms to face down on the bar. Lengthen your left leg back behind you on tippy toe. Bend both knees as you lunge. Pull the bar into the chest like you're doing a row. Lengthen your arms and legs. Down and up. I tend to inhale as I rise and exhale as I lunge down. Next, we'll be lifting the back leg in front of us. Lift it up, then step it back and lunge down as you row. Extend your arms, lift your knee towards your abdomen, reach the leg back and lunge. Continue. Last one, and then land your foot on the mat. Other side. Lengthen your right leg back behind you. Lunge down as you pull the bar to the chest, keeping your spine tall and lifted. Inhaling in one direction and exhaling in the other. Add the back leg lifting up into chair position in front of you, and then step it back and lunge and row. Extend the arms, pull the knee up towards your abdomen, being cautious on your balance. Lunge and row. Continue. Last one, and then place your foot on the mat. Now walk into the tower, turn around and bring the bar over your head, hands wide on the bar for some upper body work. Heels together, toes apart, lean slightly forward out of your ankles, and then press your arms to straight. Bend and straighten the arms. The springs should be above your shoulders. As you can see, because I'm tall, they sort of rub on the top of my shoulders, but it doesn't bother me. And if it bothers you, just punch your arms a little higher towards the ceiling. Keep your arms straight and raise and lower them up and down, moving from your shoulder sockets, keeping your navel to spine and your bottom ribs knit together so you don't sway your back as you lift the arms up. Breathing in and out. Finish here. Place your hands in the center of the bar, thumbs touching, your right foot forward, left foot back. Come down into a lunge position and tricep press the arms. Bend and straighten. The hands start at your forehead or top of the head. Elbows are narrow. We'll do 6 here, and then we'll do another 6 with the feet switched. Switch so your other leg is in front, lunge down, and then tricep presses. Last one, and stand tall. Bring the bar behind your back, hands wide on the bar with palms facing your body. Softly micro bend your elbows and arch your back, lifting your heart to where the wall meets the ceiling. Taking several deep breaths just to stretch the front of the chest and shoulders. Now stand tall with feet a comfortable distance apart and pull your straight arms down towards you, bringing the bar towards your backside. Inhaling and exhaling, keeping the abs drawn in and the head high. Moving from underneath your armpits to pull those arms down towards you. Keep the bar close to your backside and bend and straighten your elbows as narrow as you can. Inhaling as you lift, exhaling as you press the arms to straight. Press the arms to straight and circle, reaching away, bend the arms up and push them down. Breathing in and out, keeping your abs drawn in as you circle the arms. Reverse direction. Pull the straight arms towards you, drag the bar up your backside, bending your elbows, then extend the arms. Continue to circle in this direction, keeping your head high. Walk forward away from the tower for another chest opening stretch. Micro bend your elbows to protect them from hyperextending and breathe deeply. Walk into the tower, release your bar, and tuck it behind the push-through bar if it's available to you. We're going to move on to the legs. Place your left foot in the foot loop of the long purple spring that's attached to the left side of your tower. Stand an arm's length away from the tower but within reach and centered to it. Inhale your left leg up into chair position in front of you. Exhale it down. You may choose to have your foot land on the mat each time or not. Hold on to the tower with one or both hands or no hands at all. Be sure to keep your spine tall and lifted to prevent sinking in your right hip. Straighten your leg, bring it slightly in front of you, and open it to the side, then bring it across the midline, hinging at the hip, back and forth for inner and outer thigh work. Place your foot on the mat and walk to the left side of it so that your left foot is hanging off the machine. Right foot is stable on the mat. Bend your left knee up in front of you and then straighten the leg and bend your right knee to dip the left leg down towards the floor. Continue up and down, holding on if needed for support to the tower. Make sure that your left leg, as it's dipping down to the floor, is pressing backwards into the spring and not losing tension on the spring. Dip your foot down and press the leg back and forth, inhaling and exhaling, keeping your abdominals tight and your spine tall and lifted. Last one, then stand tall. Place your foot on the mat and turn to the side. The spring should be in front of you. Holding on with your right hand, Left foot is going to lift up into the air and then kick out to the side, pressing into the spring and not leaning away from where you're kicking. So try to stay tall and lifted from the outer edge of your right ankle all the way up through your right armpit. Last one, place your foot on the mat and shake out your right leg if needed. And then we're going to extend that left leg out across the body and out to the side. Inhaling and exhaling as you move the leg medially and laterally. Last repetition, place your foot down on the mat and carefully remove the spring from your foot. Then we'll do this on the other side. Place your right foot in the foot loop that's attached to the purple spring on the right side of your tower. Standing tall, centered with the tower, bend your right knee into the air, then press it down to the mat. Inhaling and exhaling as you go. You can hold on with both hands, one hand or no hand, but just stand really tall. Keep the navel to spine. Straighten your leg and cross the midline and then open it to the side. Keeping your tall posture and prevent your hips from twisting, just have that leg cross the midline and then open to the side. Place your foot on the mat, move over to the right side of your mat so that your right foot can hang off the edge. Holding onto the tower if needed, bend your right knee up into the air and then straighten the leg and dip down towards the floor. Bending and straightening the opposite knees. Inhaling and exhaling. Last one, keep the standing leg bent, dipping the right foot down towards the floor, swing it back and forth with control. What if I give you my keys and you close that door for good? You know I would. Rise up, place your foot on the mat, turn to the right, left hand holds the tower. And you're going to bend your right knee up into the air in front of you and kick it out to the side, away from where the spring is loaded on the tower. Stay in an upright position from the left outer ankle all the way through that armpit instead of leaning on a diagonal, and head is tall and lifted. Last one, place your foot down, shake out your left leg if needed, and then we're going to take that straight right leg and cross the midline, then press it away from the body, open to the side. Step onto the mat and remove the strap from your foot. We're going to do a piriformis stretch. So hold onto the tower at least at hip height, maybe higher. Cross your left foot over your right thigh and sit your hips back for a piriformis stretch. Side by side we sway there in all the colors. Release the stretch and we'll switch sides. Right ankle over left thigh, bend the left knee and sit your hips back to stretch the right outer hip. Folded on the lawn chair in all the colors. Release your foot down to the mat and we're going to do a standing forward fold. Roll down the spine until you can reach as low as possible towards your feet. Maybe bend and straighten your knees, shake out your head and neck, stretch through the hamstrings and low back. Soften your knees and slowly curl up the spine bone by bone until you're standing tall. Lower down to the mat for a pigeon pose stretch. Right knee is bent up in front of you, left leg extends behind you. Lean forward if you'd like, otherwise try to stay in an upright position, almost a swan extension, to get a deeper hip flexor stretch on your left side, as well as a right outer hip piriformis stretch. Lean forward slightly, and if it's available to you, bend your left knee and reach your left hand back towards the foot or ankle and gently pull for a deep quad stretch. Release your foot and switch sides. Left knee is bent up in front of you. Right leg extends back on the mat. Lean forward if needed, otherwise stay in a tall, lifted position, extending your spine slightly. Hold the stretch as you breathe deeply.
That's sure something I could use.
Lean forward, bend your right knee, reach back to grab your ankle, and hold this quad stretch.
Could use some too.
Release your stretch. Have a seat with the soles of your feet together, knees wide apart for a butterfly position. Lean forward into it, maybe rounding your spine over your legs to stretch the hips and release the low back. Slowly curl up your spine, bone by bone, head coming up last. Now lift your heart to the sky for a mild extension stretch. Sit however's comfortable for you. I'm changing to a cross-legged position. Twist to the left, growing tall as you go, breathing deeply. Now twist to the right, holding the stretch as you breathe deeply. Unwind, and we'll finish with a side stretch. Right arm overhead, side bend to the left. Inhale, rise up and over to the other side. Hold your stretch for a couple of deep breaths. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next video.